This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show. That show you've tripped and fell and splashed into the mud puddle of life and found out about. That's right. We're here, and you can talk to us. You can like us. You can do all the things with the buttons down below.
Please like us.
If you're listening to that recorded podcast and you would like to find a way to communicate with us, we have that way. It is the FanStream Sports text line at 214-937-0569. Use that and use that often. If you're with us live, then, of course, comment down below wherever you're at, and we will find it, and we will add you into the show. If you don't have a way, if you're anonymous on Facebook, put your name in there, please, so we can see who you are.
Tell us why you're anonymous on Facebook. What are you hiding?
Well, maybe they're in a WITSEC program. You know what I mean? Maybe it's
Then
that.
I want to know what you did.
That guy that wants to know what you did, I could actually, I don't care what you did as long as you're listening. The guy that wants to know what you did is one IndyCarTim. What's up, Tim?
What's up, Colby? Welcome to your show.
No, it's a show.
And look, we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit. Maybe he's not pulling back the curtain so much as for a long time, Colby's been critical about me for a lot of things.
Yes.
For a lot of the reasons. One of the reasons we're going to get to a little bit later as the Mavs host the Lakers. And this one dude named Luka who apparently used to play for the Mavericks, but now he's on the Lakers and there's a story and whatever. I don't know the story.
By the way, if you all are a fan of me and Tim fighting, it's about to be that way.
Not now. It's going to be during the Luka talk.
Mm-hmm.
That might be now. I don't know. Colby, I took your advice because I've told you that I am not a fan of the actor the Blackter known.
It's just an actor.
It's just an actor?
Yeah.
Even though he's black?
Yes.
So how do you know the difference between the white actors and black actors if we don't call
pretty
them
obvious
blackers?
if you look at them.
Denzel Washington.
One of the greatest actors of our time.
Says you.
Yes. Says a lot of people.
And you've claimed that, and my stance has been, look, if he's in it, I don't watch it. Because I'm not a fan, with the exception of one movie, Deja Vu, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
He's awesome in that.
And he's good. He's good in that. I feel like it would have been better with someone else. I won't lie. I don't think he was the best choice for that role.
Okay.
I could name one of 20 actors that would have been better in that role. But the movie's great, and it overcomes Denzel Washington being in it. Okay. So, you know what I did over the weekend, Colby?
What's that?
Because for some reason, one of the networks on my YouTube TV was showing The Equalizer.
Equalizer's badass.
And The Equalizer 2.
Also badass.
And look, I was a fan of The Equalizer TV show.
Yep.
Thought it was pretty badass.
Uh-huh.
And when they adapted it for a movie in 2018 or 20, whatever it was, I was excited. And then I saw, Mr. Overrated's in it. Denzel Washington is in it. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm out. Never saw it. I know it did well. Equalizer 2 came out in 2019, I believe.
Yep.
Nope, not watching it. Because, part of the reason why, what ruined this for me is the Equalizer as a brand. was the new TV show
Oh, Queen Latifah?
with Queen Latifah.
No, it's still Queen Latifah.
No one in ever the history of the world would believe her in that role as that character. And I haven't watched the show, so maybe the show's different. Maybe now the Equalizer, the character, is a computer scientist who solves crimes by typing on her tampon while she's in the bathroom at Denny's. Maybe that's how it works now. I don't know. I haven't watched it, and I won't watch it.
Well, see, it's not the greatest, but as far as the casting of Queen Latifah, yeah, okay, I can see some of your point. Not as far as what you went. She does have kind of in her repertoire playing the badass in a lot of the stuff that she's in. So
like what? When has she ever played an action character in a movie? No, don't go look at your phone. Just tell me. Like, I've seen her in movies, but they're all comedies that I've ever seen her in. And she always plays the silly sidekick or the comedy relief over here. In no way has she ever been portrayed as an action hero. And if she was, it was really bad. And obviously no one remembers.
Hold on.
Like, she is worse. I will say she's even a worse pick for an action hero. And that's not what this is about. We're about to get back to the point. But she's a worse action hero to me than like Ryan Gosling. He's an action hero, apparently, no.
He is, actually.
For the love of God. But my point is I have stayed away from the new, and what I call the new, because to me, the Equalizer is the TV show, which I loved. I have stayed away from the movie franchise, and I've definitely stayed away from the new TV reboot with Queen Latifah.
By the way, I guess I'm just remembering Set It Off a bunch. So go ahead.
Okay, and you know what? Look, I will give Queen Latifah props for her acting because, you know what? She's one of the few that can successfully come from a music career, albeit rap, to an acting career. And she's done, and I've watched stuff that I've enjoyed her in. All right?
You didn't have to albeit that, but go ahead.
Well, I'm qualifying the difference between a music career and a rap career because they're not the same thing.
I mean,
rap is not music. But whatever. She was successful at what she did for the 80 people that care about what she did as a musician. But as an action hero, I'm saying no. But the whole point of this, Colby, is I watched The Equalizer and The Equalizer 2.
Oh, you went back for seconds.
Well, it was on back to back.
Okay.
So whatever network it was on, probably like TNT or whatever it was on. I don't know. But as I'm working over the weekend, trying to recover from my swine flu or whatever the hell that I had. Happy birthday to fucking me. Jesus.
Sorry, Gerb.
I'm not. I watched it. And I get it. I get Denzel in that role because the movie was written so well. And I almost feel like it was written for him in that role. I don't know if it was. I didn't go back and research any of it. But really, like anybody could have played that role that's, you know, think about Liam Neeson in that role. Think about, I don't know, Tom Cruise.
I love Liam Neeson, but it wouldn't have been as good. And Tom Cruise, no, get out. Because he would have to run at some point and
you have to catch a plane with his hands.
Over and done with.
Think about Brad Pitt in that role. Think about, I don't know, any A-list actor, Leonardo DiCaprio in that role, whatever. And it probably all would have worked. But the way he played the role,
he's amazing.
I was highly impressed. And then, you know, basically, again, you're in Equalizer 2, and it was an equally great movie. They both, like, I think I looked it up. They both made over almost $500 million or whatever in the box office at the time or whatever. And they were all six. And I think there was an Equalizer 3 with him that just came out. I didn't watch that. They didn't show it. I didn't see it.
There is.
That just came out like last year or the year like 2023. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But so in that role, he was good. I think he was good. So with all of that in mind, another Denzel Washington movie came on a little bit later in my weekend watching, John Q.
Okay.
And Colby, I gave it a valiant effort.
It's not my favorite of the
I
Denzel Washington movies.
I couldn't. I will give him all the credit in the world for making Equalizer work, that character. The dude, John Q, I gave it 30 minutes. And I was out, and I wanted those 30 minutes back horribly. And I won't say it was only because of him. I think it's just a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie. It's not my favorite Denzel Washington movie, that's for sure. I think that I don't think I would have liked it at all if it wasn't for the fact that Denzel was in it.
Okay.
Just to be quite honest.
I didn't like the movie.
There's certain movies that I think that Denzel Washington's in that I think I would liked even if he wasn't in it, but because like Man on Fire. I think Man on Fire I would have liked if there was somebody else in it, but because he was in it, it just made it that much better.
Okay, and see, I think that's part of my thing with Denzel Washington is I didn't like things that I saw early in his career. And then he made a string of movies that I had less than zero interest in. John Q did not appeal. I don't care. When I saw the previews,
Yeah.
zero, did not draw me in at all. Man on Fire.
That was
I don't care about this movie. I'm not going to see it.
You need to actually
And it's
see
associated with Denzel Washington. Safe House
was really good with Ryan Reynolds. Even though at the time I had a huge man crush on Ryan Reynolds. By the way, that has subsided hugely. The movie, like, I think he made a huge string of movies that I had zero interest in seeing, and it turned me off. It was an off switch. If Denzel's in it, I'm out. Like, I think that's what it was. But had I seen at the movie theater Equalizer when it came out, I probably would have been in on more things. It may not look, and he's not the kind of actor. Look, I will go see some movies only because an actor is in it. I used to be that way with Ryan Reynolds. I didn't care what it was. I would go see it. Right.
Brad Pitt. If Brad Pitt was in it, I was going to see it. Obviously, still to this day, the greatest actor of all time, Tom Cruise. I will still go see it if he's in it. I was being facetious, you guys don't. Yes, I know he's not the greatest actor of all time. That's Cary Grant. Anyway, if an actor was in it, I would go see it just because that actor was in it.
Right.
And in my brain, it went the other way with Denzel Washington because he's in it. Probably out.
See, I think you would dig Man on Fire. I think you would.
Okay, which one is that? Is that
so
about the dude with his kid in the hospital? Or was that John Q?
That's not.
No, I don't even. They're all the
Fire.
same. They're all
That's
the same.
not. So he's a Man on Fire. He's supposed to protect this one person.
Okay. All right.
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 And then he just, you know what? I'm not going to explain it to you.
I'll have to watch it.
You have to watch it.
Really?
It is. As far as if I was to say, I need you to watch some Denzel Washington movies, I think Man on Fire. I think Book of Eli.
No, I've seen that.
Book of Eli's great.
Nah, I was like, whatever. Yeah, that did nothing for me.
What?
Nah, I did. I also watched that this weekend.
The Book of Eli did nothing for you.
No. I was like, as a movie, Denzel in it? No. I was out. And I'm trying to give him props for the Equalizer. The whole point of this. Did not care about the Book of Eli. And I thought I would like the Book of Eli based on the subject matter, right? The content.
Right.
And what it was about. Because I'm usually into stuff like that. Dude, I just could not buy Denzel Washington in that role. After I'd already liked him in Equalizer, it just did nothing for me.
You couldn't buy Denzel Washington in that role.
No, I don't know. Look. I didn't get it. But I'm trying to give him props for Equalizer. And now you're already turning on me again.
I don't. You know what?
I haven't seen Man on Fire, so you want me to watch Man on Fire?
No, I don't, because I don't know, because you'll end up being stupid about that one too. See, I'm already want to stab you with this pen, and we haven't even gotten to Mavericks talk yet.
Already? Just because I didn't like a movie?
No, you know what? It's your answer of I don't get it.
I don't get it. I didn't get him in that role in Man on Fire or in John. What are we
Book
talking
of
about?
Eli.
Book of Eli.
What is there not to get?
Like, I enjoyed the movie,
but
the entire time I'm thinking, Denzel Washington? Like, I'm thinking there could have been 100 guys better. You know who would have been better than Denzel Washington? Adam Sandler.
Shut up.
Would have been better in that movie.
Shut up. You know what?
I didn't get it.
You know, I should take this.
You're not giving me any credit, though, for the Equalizer movies.
You know why? Adam Sandler. That's why.
I mean, that would have been great, right?
No, it
Book
wouldn't.
of Eli with Adam Sandler would have been great.
Because
I think it would have been great.
It wouldn't have been.
It should be his next movie.
Oh, look at me here. I can't see, and I got the Bible in my hand.
Colby, my good friend and ex-roommate Jamie Eccles chimes in. Nico sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jamie, you know what? Ecclemania. I'm looking to you right. Let me do this for Jamie. Oh, crap. I can't. It's attached. Damn it. I was going to look you. Oh, now I can look you right in the pants. Ecclemania. Sorry, Colby, I'm drunk. Ecclemania. You would know what sucks. I remember that male prostitute you were with in 1999. All right. So you want to go there? I don't think so.
You know we're on the air, right?
On who's there?
You know we're.
I love you, Ecclemania. Sorry, Beverly. I didn't mean to break that to you. It's his wife. But anyway, no, dude, I can't. I will give him more opportunities. I will watch more Denzel Washington movies.
I don't want you to.
Well, you're not the boss of me.
No, I don't want you to.
And every time I do, I'm going to come back and go, Colby, you're stupid. Or Colby, you were right.
No, I don't want you to.
It's too late. You can't stop me.
I don't
Can't
want
make
you
me
to.
not do it.
All right, Tim. Well, I appreciate that walk down whatever.
Jamie says, don't look at my pants. You know what, Jamie? I spent 2 years looking at your pants every day in my laundry. So there you go. Let's derail us again.
What day is it today, Tim?
Colby, today is hump day. Right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, it is.
Damn, I'm good. For those of you fully expecting to hear what day it is, you will get it because, especially if you are a Brit, what are you eating?
Chex Mix.
It's very loud. I mean, the first rule of broadcasting is you don't eat on the air. Of course, we never follow rules, and nobody cares. The other first rule is you don't ever get drunk on the air. I just did 2 hours of golf talk for the Masters, which is my golf pants are already going crazy, so I'm drunk. This is where we are. Colby, if you are a Brit.
By the way, my mute button doesn't work.
Oh, no, that's disconnected.
Okay.
That was for when the stuff was in there. So if you want to mute yourself, you just have to go.
I was hitting it while I was eating, but it didn't work.
That's fine. We like to hear you eat. Mm-hmm. Colby, it is National Winston Churchill Day. Oh, we have like stuff for this, right? We have production value and stuff.
I mean, sure, we normally have music for it.
Probably do an intro for it. Jesus.
So we can put up the 2023 calendar.
Yeah, I still have the 23. Do you want me to?
No, I mean, you did. It's literally been 2 years since we changed our title cards.
It's been 2 years since I changed my underwear. Oh, was that out loud?
Yeah.
Colby, Winston Churchill Day. Does he deserve a day in America?
Does he?
I mean, he was an ally.
You know what? I always get him and Alfred Hitchcock mixed up.
Why in the world would you get? Because they kind of look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both Brits.
Yeah.
I don't know that Alfred Hitchcock was a Brit, but he looked like Winston Churchill.
Just both of them look serious and like they like to chew cigars. Not smoke them, just chew them. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think people still do that?
Oh, if you give me
Like
a cigar, I'll chew it.
Why?
Yes, sir.
You get a tobacco high off of it?
I mean, yeah, that's nicotine.
From chewing it?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I always wondered why people did that.
Yeah, no.
Why not just light it and smoke it?
Well, I mean, if you like it the way the cigar tastes better chewing it, then chew it.
Oh, God, I'm about to vomit. Colby, it is National Appomattox Day.
The hell is that?
Really?
Is that like Greg Maddox's kid?
Appomattox.
Is that
Do you not remember school?
is that
You don't remember what Appomattox was?
Is that before an appendix?
That was where they signed the treaty that ended the Civil War in Appomattox. Colby still thinks we're at war with the North. The Civil War never ended.
I mean,
Colby, here's a day that I don't subscribe to, and it probably should not exist. It is National Education and Sharing Day.
you're supposed to share education.
I don't know what it means, but
Did you just
screw all of y'all.
Did you just fulfill that by teaching me what Appomattox was? You shared your knowledge with me.
Colby, Appomattox.
I still think it's Greg Maddox's kid.
Spell Appomattox.
Pitch better.
Colby, here is a day that I didn't know that we had that I knew that we needed. And I still need to do a segment on this again. It's been a long time since I did a segment on this because I still subscribe to it and I still live it every night falling asleep. It is International ASMR Day.
I thought you were about to
Love me
say
some
International
ASMR.
Coffee Creamers.
No, that's a company, not a day. Oh, look, LeBron made a dunk. Woohoo! Nobody can do that in the NBA. He's the greatest ever. Oh, my God. My panties are wet for him. Such a moron.
You are.
Can he not just retire? Put us out of our misery.
Not when he can still dunk.
I hope he blows out a freaking hamstring.
I don't.
By the way, did I tell you that I pulled a hamstring last week?
I'm glad.
Putting in a contact lens. That's how old I am, Colby. I pulled a hamstring putting in a contact lens.
And LeBron's only like 10 years younger than you.
Oh, he's a lot younger than me. What's he, 31?
No, he's 40. What?
He's 31. His age will never be known. He's Nicaraguan or Dominican or whatever.
He's American, and he's 40 years
He
old.
has never been American, and he's been a larrikin, maybe. Colby, it is also.
Are you making sense? Do we need to end the show? Did you just say a larrikin?
You know what a larrikin is? Never heard that before? You hung around Johnny for 5 years. You never heard the word larrikin?
Oh, you said a larrikin.
He's a larrikin.
No.
All right. We'll get into what a larrikin is later.
No, we won't.
Colby, it is National Bud Day.
What?
As it's the day that we look at this rare and distinctive name given by people of both genders. Did I just cross a line? I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means.
Hermaphrodite?
No, that's people who have both sex organs, right?
Both genders, yeah.
But you're not both genders. You just have both sex organs.
If you have both indoor and outdoor plumbing, you can claim either, right?
No.
If you were born with like that,
I don't think that's how hermaphrodites work.
if you have an innie and an outie down there, then you're just like, hey, I'm both.
No, but you can sure have a good time by yourself.
Depends on how long your outie is.
I mean, that's true either way, right? Even if you're not a hermaphrodite,
And also,
your amount
if
of
it's
fun.
got a natural curve to it while
You-
it's stiffening.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Colby, it's also Cherish an Antique Day.
You think hermaphrodites are asexual?
I think they're. No. I still think they like one or the other. You didn't think I knew what asexual was, did you? I mean, I am asexual.
Deviant.
I'm not asexual. I'm asexual.
Deviant.
Sexual God. He's going to skip over National Cherish an Antique Day.
Yep.
You like antiques? You don't like old things, do you?
Not really, no.
So if you had a clock,
Uh-huh.
no, wait, let's go back. If you had a vibrator
Okay.
that had been passed down in your family for 200 years,
Throw it out.
because if it's that old, it's probably gasoline powered
Uh-huh.
or propane powered.
Any
You're just gonna throw it out.
any vibrator that
Throw
you
it
have
out.
that you have to yank start in order to get going. It's probably time to throw that out.
Sybil might disagree. Just saying. Sorry, Sybil. I had to bring you into the show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Colby's getting in trouble for that later. Colby, it is National Chicken Little Awareness Day.
I like Chicken Hawk better than Chicken Little.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
How about National Chinese Almond Cookie Day?
Those aren't great.
I've never heard of that.
They're,
Okay, number one, what makes it Chinese?
the style of cookie makes it like that.
Is it wait. Is it slanted?
What was that? What was that?
That's me laughing at my own joke. Yeah.
No, and you know what?
Are they slanted?
It's no, it's not.
No.
No.
So what makes it Chinese?
You would have to have one. It's
Kind of like a
all-
Chinese. Ask Gerb.
Yeah, they're great.
Wait, the cookies or the Chinese?
The
Colby's ready.
there's not enough sugar in most of the Chinese style cookies, and
All right.
they're usually a little drier than what you'd like them. Think of like a pecan sandy that somebody added more sandy to.
Sandy who? Sandy from Greece? Oh,
Have you ever had a pecan sandy?
I've never heard of a Sandy other than a person named Sandy.
Oh, Jesus, move on.
And I've heard of a Grapeland Sandy.
No, move on.
Colby, it is National Former Prisoner of War Recognition Day.
Pow!
Recognition? Recognition.
Pow!
We salute all former POWs and current POWs if they're over there. Colby, something I've never been able to stomach, and I've drank a lot of drinks,
Yeah.
as you have back in your day.
Yep.
It's National Gin and Tonic Day.
I don't mind it.
I never got gin, and I never got tonic. I can't.
It's for me with the gin and tonics, it's how much lemon you put in with it.
Okay. Is that a required?
That is required
ingredient?
for me.
Okay.
It's not
Normal gin. I mean, I've made gin and tonics as a bartender for people, and it's just gin and tonic. Like they don't want
Right.
fruit with it.
yeah.
But you need some of the.
I need a little of the acid to break up some of it because the gin and tonic itself is just kind of it's an acquired taste. That's,
I don't like gin.
That's almost reminds me of medicine until you add a little splash of a lemon to it, and then you're like, okay, wait.
All right. Colby, it is a category that I may subscribe to on some porn sites,
Okay.
as it is, although I won't ever be with one in real life because it's National Mature Woman's Day.
Wait, you'll go watch them diddle somebody else, but you won't diddle them yourself?
I can't. I don't mind watching the wrinkles on video, but I can't be in the wrinkles close up or the smell.
What?
Huh?
What?
Who? Lavender.
The smell?
Of old women.
You
Was that not clear what I was talking about? Sometimes old women smell.
sometimes people smell, Tim.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
There's people smell.
I don't like them.
You know what? I haven't put a qualification on it.
Are you shaming me for saying that sometimes old women smell?
Yes, Tim. Yes, I am.
No, they have their own distinct smell aside from the other smells. You can't dispute that.
I
You've
mean,
been with enough women this week. I mean, in your life.
I can too dispute that. Are you saying that all women of a certain age smell the same?
Nope, I said some of them do.
Okay.
And some of them that are older, that are what we would call mature women have a distinct smell. Not all of them, some of them. Just like some of the women that are under 30 have a distinct smell. Not all of them, but some of them. There is a distinct smell.
See, I think you're losing my side of it. Yeah, people smell.
Right.
Tim?
I'm just commenting on the mature women because it's National Mature Women's Day. When we get to National Hot Under 30 Day, I'll comment on their smell.
I don't.
Day?
I don't. First of all, they better not have a day. I mean,
disagreeing?
they basically they have most of everything else.
But you agree there's a smell.
I agree that people smell, Tim.
But
I don't
agree
know
that it's the same.
I don't think there's a grouping of people that smell exactly the same because of their age. I don't think at a certain age they smell like this, and then when they get a little bit older, now they smell like that.
Oh, you haven't been with enough women that are over the age of 50 then. And when I say with, talking about having your face buried between their legs is what I'm talking about. Because there's a distinct smell.
I think that maybe the women that you've been with of that age all knew each other and all had the same kind of, I don't know,
disease.
Well, either
I'm
that
talking
or
like
beauty
aloe vera,
products.
Bengay, Geritol pills that haven't completely dissolved.
I don't know where you are. Are you here with me?
I was there at the time and it wasn't great. So I know. Happy National Mature Women's Day.
If you're as confused as I am about everything that Tim's doing right now, let us know because
might be one of the worst episodes. I mean, the greatest episodes ever. Colby, it gets better though.
No,
because it is. And you have to tell me at what age did you want to do this?
Okay.
Because every kid wants to do it. It is National Name Yourself Day.
My name's Colby.
Every kid wants to have a different name than what they were born with at some point. Like every kid wants to be called something else than what you were called by your parents. You never wanted to be anything other than Colby.
That's my name.
But you never wished you had a different name.
No.
Okay, you're the only person on the planet that never wanted to be called something else.
Why would I want to be called something else? That's not my name.
Because you didn't like your name.
I mean, I thought it was weird that I was named after a cheese, but that's
there
my
you
name.
go. So you didn't like your name. Oh, look, he is there tonight. Holy crap, Colby. Nico Harrison is at the game, but he is not in his seat. I will note that out. I hope he's wearing a bulletproof vest tonight.
He better be wearing a helmet. And I'm not advocating anything.
Wow.
Like I'm not. You said wear a bulletproof vest
for his own safety. I didn't condone anything.
No. I said, but if you're go ahead and go for the helmet too.
Do you think we'll get into that later? So yes, I renamed myself like 3 times growing up. Because I was Timmy. Because that's what my parents called me. So I started school as Timmy. Always hated it. Because of Lassie and Timmy and Lassie. That's what everybody, oh, your name's Timmy? Did you catch Lassie? Did you go to the well? And then I had the last name Ham. So I had the Dr. Seuss curse. Oh, green eggs and ham. Do you like green eggs and ham? Like literally in first grade. I'm like, F y'all, all of y'all. I hate all of you already.
I'm named after the dripping stuff that comes out of a tree, Tim. I'm named after cheese
and tree sap.
Yes. And you know what?
And they're all enjoyable, delectable items.
Don't care.
You don't care because you don't care about anything.
That's my name.
Except for Luka, apparently.
At one point, I almost contemplated going by my middle name just because just nobody else had.
That would have been the greatest thing ever.
Because all the other men in my family, apparently nobody did that. And I was like,
yeah, because it was a middle name, right?
But I was like, well, no, I'll just go by first.
So you did think about changing your name at some point.
And it's still my name, Tim.
I know, but you thought about changing it to your middle name at some point. You just said that.
I thought about I didn't change. It wouldn't be changing my name.
Okay, sorry. Let me quantify all of this. Changing what you are called, what you are referred to as from other people.
Yeah,
How's that?
I thought about it for just a little bit, and then I was like, nah.
Okay,
name's Colby.
Because when I was Timmy, and I moved in 5th grade. I changed schools. And in the 70s, you got to remember initials were cool.
Yeah.
We had BJ and the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Hooker was about to be a thing.
Right.
So I wanted to be called TJ, my initials, Timothy Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
So I changed schools and I became TJ. And I was good for about 6 weeks until 3 people from my old school moved into the school and they started calling me Timmy. And then everybody in the school was like, oh, why do they call you Timmy? And then they were like, oh, because that's his name. And it was out. It was out. The secret was out. And I was Timmy again. And that was the second time because when I was in 3rd grade, I broke my wrist, my right wrist.
Uh-huh.
And I'm right-handed.
No.
So I couldn't write for that last half of my 3rd grade year. So I thought at the same time, I'm going to become left-handed. Well, Timmy's not left-handed. But you know who is left-handed? Joey. Joey Ham is left-handed. I took Joseph, my middle name, shortened it to Joey. Same school, same classmates. I just started identifying as Joey in the next year in 4th grade.
I would have not liked you.
No, nobody. And everybody was like, why are you Joey? I'm like, because I'm left-handed now. Timmy was right-handed, but now I was left-handed because I had to learn to write with my left hand from breaking my wrist. Until middle school, I was left-handed. And I tried to do the Joey thing, and everybody was like,
you're stupid.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
You're still Timmy.
I mean, and I moved all over the place.
out.
My parents,
You
I
did.
was
You could do that anytime you wanted. You could change.
Didn't want to.
Colby, it is also National Unicorn Day. You ever ridden a unicorn?
No, not even the fake one that used to show up at the circus.
Did they have fake unicorns at the circus?
Yeah, they glue like a horn on the goat or whatever.
And it just called it a unicorn?
Called it a unicorn.
Huh. I only know unicorns from like sex things.
I mean,
And those are the unicorns I celebrate.
Couple-
You know what those are?
No.
Colby, the unicorns from The Lifestyle. Do you know what those are? Unicorns are single women, typically young single women, that all they do is go be with couples. They're the unicorn.
I'm guessing because they're really hard to find.
But they're really not. Sometimes they're hard to get off, but they're not hard to find. They're a dime a dozen.
Huh.
I can call like 10 right now.
Huh.
Hey, me and Colby are a couple. Do you want to come be our unicorn?
No, I'm not forming an Eiffel Tower with you, Tim.
You know more than I think you know. So, Colby, all of that aside, that's what day it is.
All right, then.
Jesus, how did we get through that?
I don't know. Well, we had a segment that Tim was leading, and Drunk Tim is leading us to everywhere, apparently.
I'm not really drunk anymore. I need to drink more.
I'm not sure about that, Tim. Now it is time. You know what? We should be doing other things, but we need to go. And there's no telling how long this is.
You're running the show, so it's all you. We don't even have a run sheet tonight.
There's no telling how long this segment is about to last.
Oh.
There's also no telling how long this might be the whole show here in a second, because there's going to be.
What we're doing.
There's also going to be probably a time in it to where I'm going to have to refrain from beating the absolute F out of Tim here in a second.
Until you realize I'm right.
No, I will never. That's not happening. The fact that you're you know what? It's time for the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim Sports Report.
Are we doing it?
Yes, we're doing it.
Oh, wow. I have to there's their thing.
I'm not even going to let Tim start this damn thing off. Normally, Tim starts off this segment, but I'm starting this off. By the way, if you are looking at us, well, you're looking at me because Tim's already thrown his hat off and noticed the FanStream sports gear. We got a little bit out. That's well, if you're a true listener and you're thinking you may want a FanStream sports t-shirt or whatever, you need to contact us and let us
I don't
know.
have one. Where'd my hat go?
You threw it away or something. But we've got hats, we've got t-shirts, limited sizes. But if it's something, if you're going to run around and people ask you what your shirt's about and you tell them about FanStream Sports and that's then we want you to have a shirt. We want you to run around telling people what's going on. But there's a basketball game that is going on tonight.
Here we go. By the way, Colby, my buddy Jamie says, hang in there, Colby.
Jamie, you should have been here in the pre-show meeting. I almost stood up like 3 times. Usually, and Kevin and Corey will tell you this verbatim, usually if I just automatically stand up, that means I'm
Out.
I'm either about to walk out the door or I'm about to walk through
He's
somebody.
Audi.
So
Audi 5000, buddy.
So, and let me set this up by saying this is not something that is new for Timm. Timm has not liked a particular player that was on the Dallas Mavericks, his play style, to the point that he's become a little contrarian than most people on this subject. And the subject is we're watching as Luka Doncic, by the way, is making his first away debut in the AAC as he was unceremoniously traded to the LA Lakers for a big bag of dicks and somebody that can kind of play with as long as he stays out on the field, on the court.
I mean, all right, that's not unfair. Fine. All right.
So that trade went down, and if you have been trolled by one IndyCarTim ham
Hashtag Nico was right
on the social media, he's carrying this torch and he's running around with it and he's happily waving it in people's faces. He's very upset at anybody that's sporting a Luka Lakers jersey, especially at the AAC. And I don't.
By the way, Luka's got 31 points tonight already. It was at halftime.
Yeah. At
halftime, Luka has 31 points. No other Laker has more than 8. That's LeBron and Austin Reeves. Hey, Luka, why don't you think about sharing the ball from time to time? That would be great.
He's thrown it to people on the wing. He's dropped it down to people.
And that's why they have 8 points.
They missed Timm.
Okay. No, well, you're never going to win that way. Stop sharing the ball, Luka. Just shoot them all yourself.
That's pretty
much.
Where's
that going to get you?
Probably a win.
A championship? How many championships did they win in Dallas? Oh, yeah.
They went, okay, you know what, Timm? They went farther every playoff run than anybody thought they were going to.
Agreed, because I said they wouldn't make the playoffs, and they almost didn't, except for that 14-2 run they made to end the season to make the playoffs.
Right.
And then go to the finals. Oh, and then lose to a much, much better team. I'm not saying they should have won the finals. They shouldn't have. They played a better team. Boston's better.
Yes. They made the finals, Timm.
That was great. That was fun to watch.
And it was, but in case
Luka showed up and Kyrie didn't. All right.
If you look at the progression, made the playoffs, made it to the second round, made it to the Western Conference Finals, made it to the finals. The next progression was win the finals.
Didn't work yet.
That would have been this year.
There's no logical progression. It doesn't work that way.
That's the way it worked with Jordan. Couldn't get over the hump.
Couldn't
get over the hump.
Are you comparing Luka?
I'm comparing progressions.
To
yes.
Michael. Why?
Because I was figuring I'd use somebody that you knew.
That's not how it works. That doesn't mean they were going to win the title.
Well, actually, basketball does work in progression like that.
Colby, you're better than that.
Not.
Everything you've made up until that point made sense.
You don't think
just because Jordan won the title on that progression, then Luka was too. Is what you just said.
Well, we'll never know.
No, we know. He wouldn't have.
No, Timm.
Because according to you, Luka played on a team in Dallas full of spare parts that didn't contribute anything. It was all Luka.
I didn't say that.
You did. You said everyone else sucked.
When did I say that?
In our pre-show meeting when we were fighting about it.
No, I said he was the catalyst. I said he carried the team.
Okay. Can I just state my case just for the record?
Yeah, go ahead.
For those of you that don't know, I was never the biggest Luka fan. Did I support Luka? Yes. I liked Luka when he played for the Mavericks because I'm a Mavericks fan. And he played for the Mavericks. Did I ever, for 1 millisecond, think Luka was going to lead the Mavericks to a national championship?
You didn't think he was going to
To,
make, you know what? Never mind. Go ahead. State your case.
Did I ever think Luka was going to lead the Mavericks to an NBA title? No. Did he come close? Yes. Well, kind of. Not really close, but to a finals, yes. Did I enjoy watching Luka play? No. Hated watching Luka play. And let me preface all of this, if possible, and I can backtrack and say I'm not a fan of the NBA. I don't like the NBA. I think it's an unwatchable product, aside from Luka and the Mavericks, okay? Aside from all of that. However, I'm still a Mavericks fan, and I try to endear myself to the Mavericks, especially since Luka's been here, the best player in basketball for the last 6.5 years, all right? I admit that. I get that. Absolutely. I did not enjoy Luka's style of ball. I thought he played very selfishly. I look when Luka comes in, and you cannot compare Luka to other players in the league. I know that. I'm not trying to do that. Okay. But you know what? When you have a rookie that comes in that's really, really good, I'm not saying Luka, a rookie that comes in that's really, really good, he's going to have room to grow. He's going to have to grow his game on defense. He's going to have to grow his game on offense. And over 6.5 years, that player will evolve into an even better player.
Right.
Luka came into the league at such a high level. All right. You think, well, there's nowhere he can go to evolve his game, to make himself better. Okay. I don't believe that. I think there were a lot of holes in Luka's game as a rookie, especially on defense. And I think that over 6.5 years, not only did Luka not get better, and if that was the only issue, that would not be an issue because he came in at a very high level, right? But the holes that Luka had in his game on defense, and he had some holes on offense when it came to sharing the ball and passing the ball. Not only did he not improve, he didn't try to improve. He never worked on the game. He never worked on his game. He never got better. He never tried to evolve. I would have been okay if he didn't evolve, but he didn't even try to evolve. He was the same player when he got shipped away to the Lakers as he was the day that he signed his first contract with the Mavericks. Is that a really good player? Yeah, that's a badass player. That's a top 3 player in the league. Is that what the Mavericks needed as they were being built to try to win a title? No. Was Luka's style of play, to me, frustrating and unwatchable? Yes. It got to a point, and look, I haven't even mentioned his crying and whining and chirping with the referees yet. That's all aside. I'm talking about his game. I never got comfortable watching Luka play basketball in Dallas, all right? I did not like it. I liked Luka. I still like Luka. I did not like him as a team player. I never thought he was a great team player. I never thought after 6.5 years he was going to be a great team player. Yes, to Colby's point, the Mavericks they've made strides, all right, in the playoffs. They made it to the finals. They had no chance against the Celtics. Is that Luka's fault? No, that's not Luka's fault. Luka had a great playoffs. Kyrie Irving is the one that failed. They're number 2. Or as Kyrie would like to think, they're number 1 still. Does that mean it was going to get better when that didn't happen? No. I don't think it was ever going to get better with Luka on the Mavericks.
Well, at that point, by the way, that's moot because we will never know.
We'll never know. Right. We'll never know a lot of things. But for me, I was okay with Luka, and as we've stated on the show before when it happened, I had zero problem. As a matter of fact, I applauded the fact that Luka was gone. Did I like what we got back for him? No. No. Oh, my God. They should have gotten 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, 3 third-round picks, and probably a handful of cash and maybe partial ownership of the Lakers. All right, in my opinion. They got nothing back. I have no problem with Anthony Davis. All right, I think Anthony Davis is a fine player. I have no problem with him being part of the package. Do I think he should have been the main piece of the package? No. So for the record, no, I don't like what they got back. Am I okay with the fact that Luka got shipped out? 100%.
I don't know how you can.
I have no problem with Luka being gone because I don't think this team was going anywhere further than they had already gone with Luka here. That is my opinion. I am an expert basketball analyst.
Nope.
Analyst.
No.
So I had no problem with Luka being gone at all. I don't agree with what they got back, the lack of the return, okay? And I don't like how the trade went down that Luka didn't know. I don't agree with any of that. What I do have a problem with is the so-called Mavericks fans who call themselves Mavericks fans who continue to spit in the face of the organization because of what they did to Luka. Look, I was okay with it for 6 weeks, for 8 weeks, for 2 months, right? After it happened, be pissed off, man. You guys got robbed. The organization, the fans got robbed.
Yep.
But it's over. Luka comes back to town. You want to be a Luka fan tonight on Wednesday as the Lakers come into the AAC? By all means, support Luka. But the fact that you're wearing a fucking Luka Lakers jersey, fuck all of y'all, because that is not supporting your Mavericks. You're not a Mavericks fan. You're a Lakers fan now. You're a Luka fan. You can support your team and still be pissed off at the Mavericks for what they did to Luka. There's a way to do both. What y'all are doing, you're not supporting anybody. You're making yourself look like a fucking idiot. And that's what all of you guys are that are wearing Lakers jerseys to a Mavericks game to support an ex-Maverick. You could support him at the same time by wearing a Luka Mavericks jersey. That would show your support, and that would still be giving the middle finger to Nico, to the organization. You know what? If you really want to give him all the middle finger,
Wear a Lakers jersey.
don't freaking show up. Don't go to the game. Don't give him your money. Or, as Colby said, you can be the ultimate moron and uneducated fan and show up in a Lakers jersey.
Okay.
And that's my story, Colby.
Well, let me work this backwards. A, you can't tell people how to protest.
I just did.
No, you can't. If you want to wear a Luka Lakers jersey, go right ahead. You can, and by the way, you can still be a Mavericks fan doing that.
How? How do you consider somebody that wears a Lakers jersey a Mavericks fan?
Wearing a Luka Lakers
The
jersey?
math doesn't add up.
No, you can't.
Luka's not a Laker, not a Mavericks. He's
I
a
let
Laker.
you talk.
You want me to shut up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I let you talk. I let you talk for a long ass time with all your asinine dribble over there. It's my turn.
Right.
It's my turn. So yeah, you can wear a Luka Lakers jersey to the game tonight because you're showing that's your way of protesting. That's your way to show exactly how you feel. You know what? Go ahead, do that. Working through some of the points that you had there, Tim, and this is the one that used to irritate me quite a bit, is that you said that he didn't make his teammates better, that he was a very selfish player. You can't get a triple-double without double-digit assists, Tim. He constantly led the league in that. And our big men got astronomically better with his ability to lob, his ability to feed them. Your 3-and-D guys, especially like, back in the day, Finney Smith and those guys, they get those shots because Luka draws people in. So he is making his teammates better. And that's how he gets his triple doubles. As far as the progression and all that, look, if you don't believe that they were going to end up winning the finals at some point, maybe they just never get over the Big East defensive hump, but they kept making it over humps through your young fast team that was supposed to run them out of the building because dad ball couldn't match up with them. He beat them, right? Couldn't get past the Clippers, beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept racking up these, you can't do it, never mind, you did it.
Okay.
And that's what he did with different teammates every single time. You have a different guy he was depending on going through there. And so Luka, by the way, you freely admitted he was a top 3 NBA player.
Oh.
What more do you want, Tim?
I like him to play some defense. Because you're a top 3 player doesn't mean you're a great defensive player.
No.
And we're talking about the NBA, by the way. So being a top 3 player doesn't mean jack squat.
Top 3 in anything. If you're the top 3 in anything, that means in whatever you're talking about, that you're really, really good at that.
Okay. Did I have to qualify offensive player? Should I have said that?
No, he's the top. Okay. As far as NBA players concerned.
Okay, fine, I'll even stick with it. That's fine. Yeah, top 3 NBA player. Yep, but couldn't play defense.
You don't watch the NBA? They don't play a whole.
You know what? I have watched more Mavericks basketball and NBA basketball since Luka got traded than I've watched in 10 years.
This version of the NBA doesn't play defense.
Okay, so if you do play defense, you'll probably win.
You have players that play defense.
By the way, I have been entertained by the game tonight, by the way.
And anybody else that wants to help me chime in with at Timm here, your player that's nobody looks at like Steph Curry to play a lot of defense. And he's
Stephanie Curry. Okay.
Great player.
Great shooter.
That's all he needs to be, Timm.
So you equate a great shooter with a great player.
I'm going to say it. If you're the best shooter I've ever seen, then yes.
You're a great player.
Yes.
Okay. See, then our definitions differ. You can be a great shooter. Luka's a great shooter.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't mean he's a great player, like overall, with an overall game.
It's okay. First of all, I don't know. I'm parsing your arguments here, but he's got a great inside game. He's got a great outside game.
Who does? Curry? He has a great inside game?
Luka?
Oh, I was talking about Curry.
Okay.
I don't think Luka has a great inside game, though. But it's your segment.
The highest level.
But it's
highest level of dum-dum.
How many times has Luka driven to the goal and scored an and one?
How many
rather than passing the ball out to a teammate who didn't know the ball was coming?
Did you just ask how many times Luka has scored an and one?
Yeah. Number one, he's not getting calls because the refs hate him.
How dumb are you?
Clearly, Colby thinks I'm basketball dumb. But look, here's the bottom line, Colby.
I know that was the bottom line. If you know what, if I was going to have an argument with somebody about basketball and those were your retorts, I feel like during this conversation, during this workup, during all this that we were having, I got dumber. I got dumber.
Your points are well taken. I just disagree with them.
How he doesn't drive to the basket
successfully?
No,
he doesn't.
When the ball goes in the little round hoop, Timm, it's successful. That's what makes it work. That's what takes the little scoreboard and makes the numbers change up there.
What do the numbers mean? Are we just talking about numbers?
Are you serious?
All right. So Colby's going off on a Colby.
I mean, holy shit, Timm.
I just don't understand why Colby, you,
what?
Of all people, Mr. Sports Professional, has such a hard line, rigid approach at the Luka trade. I don't understand.
Because it was the dumbest trade in NBA history. And it happened to my team, Tim.
So the trade.
We took a top 3 NBA player, your words, and we traded him for a bag of dicks and an old guy. That's what we got for him.
Were they big dicks?
No.
I just expect you to see a bigger picture.
What bigger picture? We've got a bag of dicks and a broken guy.
Okay, he's not broken. He's playing.
The first game he was there, he tried too hard and he pulled his abdomen apart. Tim,
I'm not making excuses for Anthony Davis.
we got a 2029 first round draft pick from a team that'll have Luka, which means they're going to win more games than it takes for us to get into the top 15.
Oh,
Tim.
Luka won't still be in the league in 2029. Really?
That's 4 years from now, Tim.
Dude, he's going to be 28 years old.
Yes. That's not 30 yet.
And at the end of his career. I'm just kidding. I know that's not true. Look, no, I already said I don't agree with what they got back. I'm not disputing that.
So don't make
All
the
I'm
trade.
saying is that, okay, I also agree with that.
So you did. So guess
All
what?
I'm saying is that all I've ever said, I did not have a problem with them getting rid of Luka.
I don't see, and this
I
is,
don't
this-
like what you got back, but getting rid of Luka was the right thing to do. But you should have got more back.
Okay,
What would have made you happy in a return?
what have made me happy in a return?
Yes.
A lot more draft picks.
For example, 4 number ones
Yeah,
over the next 4 years. A 2025 number one, 2026 number one, 27 and 28 number ones. Then would you be okay with the trade?
I mean, still no, but yeah, I'd be a lot happier about it. I would be.
And
able
would
to
you
get
still
over it.
be?
Let me.
Would fans still be
Yes,
protesting in the arena?
yes. You know why?
Then they're fucking idiots.
No, they're not.
Make your team better. That's what they're doing.
They had.
God, that is so frustrating.
Okay, let me tell you why. Because you don't look at what you have in your hand and go, man, you know what I'd like to have? A chance at one of these again. You already had your generational superstar in your hand.
Yeah, and you failed.
You didn't fail, Tim. You were in the finals last year.
Did you win?
Then
you failed.
No, you didn't. You progressed, Tim.
Did you win the title?
You went from the Western
Did you
Conference
win the
Finals.
title?
You went from second round of the playoffs.
The goal is the title. Did you win
Western
the title?
Conference Finals to the finals. You progressed every year.
And you failed last year to win the title.
No. You progressed. You made it farther.
Okay.
You made it deeper.
And if as a general manager, you deem that's the farthest we can go with what we have.
Then
I don't
you-
think we can go any farther.
Then you need to fucking leave. Because
Or you change your team.
he didn't change the team. He just got rid of the best player and got a bag of dicks and an old guy.
Or did he get rid of the problem?
Oh, yeah. Because their record got immensely better as soon as Luka left.
The team got immensely better.
They
when
did
Luka
not.
left. They're better on defense.
They did not.
Are they better on defense right now?
No.
Yes, they are. They are measurably better on defense.
No, they're not.
This is why this is fun, boys and girls.
They're
That's why I love this show.
they're really not.
They are so far better on defense than they were for the last 6 years. It's not even close. Are they better on offense? No. Is it easier to get better on offense or is it easier to get better on defense? It's easier to get better on offense.
No.
There are 1,000 guys out there that can score. There's not 1,000 guys out there that can play defense. Look, again, I am not agreeing
by the
with
way,
what they got back.
What Tim just said, it's reverse, everybody.
No, there are more offensive players than there are defensive players in the NBA.
Right, because you don't want just a defensive player that's out there. You need to
you'll
be
take one. You can have one on your team. That's why Dennis Rodman was an all-star for 10 years.
Dennis Rodman was an all-star because he had 2 Hall of Famers that he was playing with in both times. Either in
His
Detroit,
Hall of Famer friends did not rebound for him.
That's because he was a rebound specialist.
Because
Tim.
they missed so many shots.
Offensive and defensive
I agree.
rebound.
I agree.
Tim.
I agree. That's all I'm saying. He was a defensive player.
Right.
Would you not like to have a Dennis Rodman on your team right now?
Not in this NBA, no. I don't have space
So you
for
don't
him.
care about rebounding.
I don't need a hole on offense. Because now you
I will take 4 offensive guys and 1 defensive guy on my starting 5 any day of the week.
You will get eat the F up.
By who? Nobody plays defense. I automatically win.
You don't.
Every rebound, every missed shot, I automatically win.
No, you don't. You would have in the 90s. You won't this style of NBA. You won't win. You won't.
No, the style is different. However,
you won't
the
win.
the base of the game is the same. It's the same. The problem is teams have gone away from the fundamentals. This is why your guys like Stephanie Curry, Kevin Durant, the guys that all they can do is shoot threes. That's why these guys now, and I think that's going away a little bit. 10 years ago, that was the whole NBA. I think that's going away a little bit.
You think
I think we're getting back to fundamentals a little bit.
You think the 3-ball is going away?
No, I think the guys that are specialized 3-ball players are going away a little bit. You still got to have guys that can do both.
I mean, yes, there's no room for a Kyle Korver on your team.
George McLeod.
There's no room for that guy.
I love George
because
McLeod.
everybody can do what George McLeod can.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what the NBA is now. That's why it's not fun to watch. That's why it's a horrible product. Nobody cares about watching guys. It's not the 3 fucking point contest at the All-Star game anymore. And that's what every game is now.
It's dunks and threes.
I want to see.
You know what's not happening? The mid-range shot. You know what I don't miss? The mid-range shot.
I miss the mid-range shot.
I really don't care. Why are you shooting it from there?
Jamie's shooting me down. The incredible defense of the Mavs has already given up 35 to Luka. Yeah, Ecclemania, I'm aware.
Yeah.
All right, Mavs are still better. Fight me. Don't fight me. You'll kick my ass. By the way, when are you coming to studio? You got to come to studio and bring an 18-pack of Miller Lite with you. All right, Colby, are we done fighting about Luka?
I think so. It's
I'm pretty sure I won.
No.
Pretty sure I won the fight, right?
You didn't.
I think I won.
You had nothing everything was incoherent or just dumb out of your
Because I was right. Because nobody understands fundamentals anymore. So when I talk about fundamentals of the game, everyone's like, huh? Because nobody knows what basketball's supposed to look like anymore.
Oh, no.
And it's miserable.
I know what basketball
By the way, that court is, I just want to throw up on that court right there. Tell me that's fun to look at. That is not fun to look at.
If you were a true Mavs fan, you'd love it.
You hate the Mavs.
If you were a true Mavs fan, you'd love it.
Because I don't like the court?
Yeah.
No, I love the Mavs.
You have to love everything they do and everything about them. You have to respect them. You can't say anything is bad about what they did.
Okay, now you sound like a Cowboys fan.
You just can't.
Colby's
Tim.
a Cowboys fan.
You just can't. No, I'm just throwing your words back at you.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
I said support your team.
Yeah, look at them. I support their court, Tim.
Support your team.
Support them. What's wrong with you?
I'm going to unzip my pants and support my team right now.
No?
Support my, even though they're wearing terrible uniforms. Why are we doing this? And why does some of the Mavericks have pantyhose on?
Support your team, Tim. Support everything that they do.
Oh, Colby.
Don't try and protest anything. You got to like it all.
Colby can't have a civilized discussion.
You can't. You have to
about
love
his team.
Everything that they got.
However,
you have to do it. Tim.
all of the things that Colby is criticizing me for,
you have to get after it.
he deals with on a daily basis with his Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
And it's okay, for the Cowboys to do what the Mavericks have done.
Oh no, I get upset at them all the time. The difference is, and I'll tell you the exact difference.
What's the difference?
You've got me wanting the ownership and Nico Harrison to please just, I don't know, dig a hole into the center of the earth and go there.
Where they're going to move, so you don't have to worry about them anymore.
Just go away.
Right.
And your comparison, he did this in the pre-show meeting, was talking about why don't I think that about Jerry Jones? Because Jerry Jones is ours. That's Jerry.
So it makes it okay.
I hate what Jerry Jones does. I do, but Jerry Jones is ours.
So if Keith Grant was still the GM of the Mavericks and he traded Luka, you'd be okay with it.
If this was done under Mark Cuban's watch, then I'd have been really upset. But Mark Cuban was ours.
So what does that mean?
Nico's not ours.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
What? Why?
Luka was ours.
Okay, and now he's not.
No, he's still ours. He just got taken away from us by
now
Nico.
I know why you got stabbed in Sunday school. We're all arguing about Revelation.
No.
You're like, Revelation's ours.
And that's the reason why everybody's pissed about this, that you can't understand.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Luka was ours. It would have been the same as trading away Dirk before he had a chance to win a championship. Like after,
okay, did it make our team better?
If you would have traded away Dirk at that point,
did it make our team better?
I just like to point out.
I get your point. I'm asking you a question. What do we trade him for?
I'd like a bag of dicks and an old man. Tim, we traded away.
Then after Dirk got traded, we won the 2011 title.
No, because this team's not winning a title, Tim.
No, but they will in the next 5 years.
They're not winning a title in the next 5 years.
As it's orchestrated now, no, but they will construct a team.
No, they're not.
That's the whole reason for getting rid of Luka, so we can win.
They're not going to win, Tim.
Okay, so you hate your team.
No, they're not going to win. I'm just being honest, Tim.
And you're not being a fan.
I'm just being honest.
You're
Tim.
being a bad fan.
Tim, I'm just being honest about how I feel about this team.
Okay. So you're not a fan.
I mean,
you're being honest right now. You're not a fan. With the words you're saying, you're not a fan.
Would you like to go back to the Cowboys conversation?
It's okay
Tim?
to not be. Yes. Because it's the same thing.
Because this is the reverse conversation.
It's the same thing.
When you get after not liking the Cowboys, it just.
What'd you do? So pissed. He had to take himself out. If you're not a Mavericks fan anymore, it's okay. Just admit it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all of them.
I'm a Mavericks fan.
I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan.
I hate the ownership.
Okay.
I hate Nico Harrison.
Okay. You hate the ownership and the GM.
Yep.
Okay. How is that different than the Cowboys?
I don't hate Jerry. I just don't like him.
He's done exactly to the Cowboys over the course of 30 years what Nico Harrison did to the Mavericks in one trade.
Yeah, in one trade.
Okay. But it's the same thing.
It's not.
Same result.
And again, Jerry Jones is ours.
No, he's not. He's from Arkansas.
He's ours.
He bought the team from Arkansas. He's not Dallas.
He's ours, Tim. He's been here so long, he's ours.
Don't get it. I don't get it. You're wearing Dallas Cowboys colored glasses to think that what Jerry Jones has done to the Cowboys in the last 30 years is any different than what Nico did in one trade.
No.
He took your future, according to you.
Yes.
Your future away from you.
Yes.
But Jerry's done it over 30 years. We just didn't know it every year as that was happening.
Let me tell you this. If Jerry Jones were to take, and we were to get somebody of Luka's standing in as a Cowboy, which we don't have. We don't have somebody that is that good.
I don't know that there's anybody in the NFL that's that good.
You say along the lines of, say, by the way, G, just mute yourself. Say you ended up somehow you were the guys that drafted Josh Allen.
Okay.
He's not the best in the league, but he's real damn close.
Okay, Josh Allen and Dak Prescott are the same quarterback.
Shut up.
We already have Dak Prescott.
Shut up. But say you were, as far as how the hierarchy goes,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, Patrick Mahomes,
Okay.
then Josh Allen, they're somewhere in there. It's your
All right.
top 2 best players in the league. Say the Dallas Cowboys were to have Josh Allen.
Okay.
And then you were to trade Josh Allen to, I don't know, let's say you traded him to the 49ers.
Okay.
And you ended up with who they
Brock Purdy.
You ended up with the guy they just let go, the wide receiver, the running back wide receiver. The Cowboys ended up with I can't believe I can't remember his name.
For the 49ers?
Yes. He's basically
Deebo Samuel?
Yeah, you got Deebo.
Okay.
Whose body's breaking down on him.
Right.
He's not able to play the full season. He used to be really good. That's who you got for Josh Allen and a bag of dicks.
Okay.
That's
bigger the dicks.
That's what this trade is. And if that were to happen,
okay,
with the Dallas
feel like
Cowboys,
that doesn't even do it justice, but I get your point. Yes.
then I would be a lot more upset because it's that one.
I would say, what if we traded all of that for Trey Lance?
That would be upsetting.
Okay, but you'd get over it.
No. It'd take a long
But
time.
isn't that what Jerry's done over the course of 30 years?
Small slips.
Okay,
Over
but now here we are 30 years later. Are not all of those small slips one big slip?
It's a lot easier to eat the bowl of shit one small pebble at a time.
But you're admitting it's still a bowl of shit.
But it's a lot easier.
But we're okay with it for some reason.
Yeah, because it's in small doses.
But we just put it into one big dose.
Yeah, and shoved
And nobody's boycotting Cowboys games.
and shoved a whole bowl of shit down our throats at one time. That's hard to forget.
Nobody's holding up signs for Jerry to sell the team.
No.
Nobody's saying we need it. Well, everybody's saying we need a new GM.
Right.
But nobody, that's not realistic because we know that's not happening.
Right.
Because it's Jerry's team. I don't get the difference, but somehow there's a difference.
I just told you the difference.
But it doesn't make sense.
It does too make
It's
sense.
the same because he's done it over a course of 30 years.
Right.
He's killed your team that you love over the course of 30 years rather than doing it.
And
we don't even know that he killed the Mavericks. What if they come back next year and they go to the finals again?
They're not.
You don't know that.
You don't know he wouldn't have gone to the finals this year with Luka.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know that he's killed the Mavericks.
Oh no, I know.
That's what I love about unrealistic Dallas fans. Come on. At least try to be a realistic Dallas fan. Everybody that's in Dallas, look, and I grew up in Dallas. I've been here almost my whole life.
I don't have to be a realistic.
I have a problem with Cowboys fans that are unrealistic.
I've watched the most unrealistic trade in NBA history go down right in front of my face.
And I have a problem with Cowboys fans who are also Mavericks, Rangers, Stars fans who put their Cowboys faith in those other three teams for no reason. I don't understand. At least the Rangers just won a World Series.
Right.
The Stars have won a Stanley Cup as recent as 1999. I say recent, been a long time ago.
Yep.
The Cowboys haven't won shit. In I got 6 kids. In all of my kids' lifetime, the Cowboys have won diddly poop. My kids ask me, were the Cowboys ever good? Yeah, they used to be really good. Not in your lifetime. And I don't know what to say. I don't understand the double standard. And that's not what this is about. This is about the Mavericks. This is the Luka trade.
Uh-huh.
This is the Mavericks versus the Lakers tonight as Luka returns to the AAC.
Yeah.
As the Lakers are up 78-72 with 3.5 minutes left in the third. Look, and I'm pulling for the Mavericks, and you're like, oh, the Mavericks lose. And I don't understand that mentality.
No.
How can you cheer for the team that you proclaim to be a fan of to lose? And look, I don't understand that in the whole tank thing either for the Cowboys. Oh, we want them to have a better draft pick. I hope they lose the last 3 games this year. Yeah. That is stupid. I don't understand that.
You don't want a better draft pick, Tim?
I don't give a crap about the draft pick. I want my team to win every week. You know what? Who they draft is who they draft. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, I want a better draft pick, Tim.
Why? You think they're going to make the right choice with that draft pick? You're putting blind faith out there, brother. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Are you talking about the difference between the number 12 pick and the number 15 pick in the draft?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Unless it gets to that point that it does.
It doesn't matter. It's never mattered.
Yeah, it
The
does.
fact that you're able to root for your team to lose,
How many times have you watched
you're a
this?
serial killer.
I mean, I love Chex Mix.
That's not cereal.
It is cereal.
That is the snack of serial killers.
I mean, because we're killing the cereal.
I don't know. Chex Mix is disgusting.
No, it's great.
It has different things in it. And they touch each other.
Yeah. First of
How
all,
long has this segment gone on, by the way?
way too long. Your idea about not wanting a better draft pick is
No, I want a draft pick.
You-
I want the best draft pick possible.
yeah. So lose.
But I want my team to win.
no lose. You get better draft picks. That's how that works, Tim.
But
If
the fact that you can openly root for your so-called team to lose,
Yeah.
that's psychotic.
No, it's because you're ultimately
That
winning.
you want your team to lose.
It's giving up the pawn to get the queen.
No.
Yeah.
That's why chess is a stupid game.
It's the
By
second.
the way,
it's
in the
sec-
game of chess, when you give up the pawn, you don't lose the game.
Yeah.
You still win when you win
the game.
queen.
The game is to win the Super Bowl. You're trying to get ahead in that direction, Tim.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, it
Doesn't work
does.
that way.
Yeah, it does. You get a better draft pick.
214-937-0569. You guys tell me if you root for your team to lose ever under any circumstances.
Yeah.
Please, I would love to know. Is there ever a chance in the world?
Team Tank. Lose them all.
Team Tank is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
It's not.
Stupid.
That's how you get.
You're not a
if-
fan.
No, if your team sucks, Tim, if they suck, and you're like, man, we suck. We're not
No,
going
no,
to
no.
win it this year.
You're not understanding me. You can secretly hope for your team to lose, but you're going to openly cheer for your team to lose. That's bad fandom.
It's not. It's,
is bad
it's
fandom.
Wanting the best for your team in the ultimate end.
Yeah, which is always win. You want your team to win.
If you're not good this year, then what are you doing?
I can never cheer for the Dallas Stars to lose.
I mean,
I can never cheer for the Rangers to lose.
I can't. I don't want to.
I
but
can
if
never
it-
cheer for the Mavericks to lose like you guys are tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I can
That's insane.
because your ownership and your GM are stupid.
Then hate your ownership and your GM. Don't hate the players that are on your own team.
no, I
That
want.
makes no sense. PJ Washington does not deserve what you're giving your team.
I'm not giving them anything.
Exactly.
I'm not giving them anything.
Exactly.
I'm not booing. I'm not
No,
openly
you are.
cheering.
You are.
I hate the ownership and the GM.
Okay, hate them.
Yes. Have I said
Don't
at
hate
any,
don't hate your team.
have I said at any point I hate the rest of the players?
You said
Tim?
you want them to lose.
Yes.
This makes no sense.
You're not going anywhere.
Makes
Get a
no
better
sense.
draft pick. You're going to need it.
Colby, take a break. I got to piss.
Coming up next on the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show. Fuck it. I don't know.
Sports fans. Fanstream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that Turf Life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, Turf Life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show right here on Fan Stream Sports. We have not yet killed each other.
Getting close.
We're all friends here. And it's okay that we have disagreements, Colby, about your so-called Mavericks fans. But it's okay. There are other things in the world right now happening that aren't sports-related and Mavericks-related.
That's correct, Tim. And we can go ahead and bypass the good, bad, and ugly. It wasn't that great this week anyway.
Yeah, I kind of thought you'd want to, because I thought you might want to get rather into some of this.
Oh, yeah. Welcome in to Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I'm your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. All right. Got a lot of things to get into with the Mystery Shotgun. First of all, Universal, I believe that's the people that are doing this movie, are contemplating.
How would anyone know?
Are contemplating a live-action Shrek movie.
I've heard about this.
Now, they're already having...
Am I going to play Shrek?
They're already having the new Shrek movies coming out. And by the way, the one after that's already been signed up.
Wait, there's already another Shrek? Like a cartoon Shrek?
Yeah, like there's another Shrek movie on its way.
All I heard was about the live action one.
Zendaya is going to play Shrek's daughter.
So it's like a sequel.
Yeah, it's not a live it's not a live action.
Right.
This one's animated, but the voice of Shrek's daughter will be
Zendaya mated.
Mm-hmm.
Zendaya.
So she's going to, of course, play doubles with somebody. I don't know. As
kind of like her tennis movie where she played doubles.
Yeah, that was what that was a reference to, Tim.
Just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Okay, so but there's going to be a live action Shrek movie.
Well, I'm distracted.
The live action is being kicked around. It's not
Oh, I thought they'd already named actors for it.
No, this has been one of those things the internet's like, well, who's going to play what? And
oh Lord, people can get really offended if you like throw out names.
I mean, Seth Rogen, right? He's Shrek, right?
Huh.
I mean, he could. David Arbor be a good Shrek.
Like, I get David Arbor. I don't know that I get Seth Rogen. I don't really feel like he's good at anything if he's not high.
Your Shrek's going to be high.
Is he?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
Do they smoke? I don't know what the storyline is.
It doesn't have to be the marijuana. They can smoke whatever magical Shrek herb that's out
in
there.
their kingdom, whatever it is. Yeah,
right. So yeah, I mean, and as far as because the reason why you would do a live action is so you can redo the original Shrek movie again and just make more money off of it with the same writing, the same everything.
Well, yeah, it's all a money grab, whatever it is. Yeah.
So, and plus doing the live action would be cheaper than doing the animation.
Okay. See, I would think the other way around.
Not as high quality as that animation is. It's actually very expensive.
It's just people like, but then you have to pay actors if you're doing live action and do sets and.
Well, I mean, you have to pay them to voice act anyway. You think like
I know, but you have to build sets and
Myers and Eddie Murphy. I mean, do you have to build sets or can you just computer generate it like they've done all the other movies?
That's true. Yeah.
You just have to have them show up and actually like act out their parts. Here.
Like this is all CGI.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, but y'all can kick around who you think should be playing.
Has there ever been a movie, an animated movie that they converted to live action that worked? I know Disney's tried a number of times and they've all failed. Like the Lion King.
They haven't failed. Lion King didn't fail.
Like that was good?
It didn't fail. If you're asking why they do it, why they made it all the way up to Snow White is because the others before it did not fail.
I thought they were all miserable failures.
They all did well until
you're talking about by ticket sales or
by money made.
Okay, but not by like reviews because I've never seen one that was reviewed that anybody thought was good.
Until Snow Blight,
like Milan, and there wasn't there other I don't know what the Disney movies are, but Moana
the other live action ones did well, and until Snow Blight came about.
Snow left.
Yeah, that it was fine. Bursting Timm's bubble real quick. There's a new Star Wars project that's coming out. The lead actor that's going to be centered around.
Stop it.
Ryan Gosling.
Stop it. Please tell me he's not a Jedi.
I don't know what the project is.
I'd probably be in. I'm probably in.
I'm just telling you.
I'm good.
Fine. More than likely, here's what I imagine Ryan Gosling's role in a Star Wars.
I always thought he'd be a droid.
Smuggler of some sort.
Like a droid smuggler.
Like he's.
We're gonna have to see his face.
Smuggling droids.
No, where he's a droid.
No, he's gonna be the cocky, brash smuggler.
Like Han Solo's son.
We've already seen him. He was in a bad movie.
Han Solo's son? Or Han Solo?
Han Solo's son has already been.
I don't mean Kylo Ren.
That's
sorry, I was slow to catch on there. I've been drinking, Colby.
Yeah. So Ryan Gosling is
Solo
supposed to be centered around this upcoming project.
Gosling Solo.
Other news out there is we are confirming that the new Superman movie, by the way, the new trailers all look badass.
Okay, so I have to ask you, I've been waiting for this. How do you feel about the new trailer and the new Superman? Because I didn't think you would be into any of this.
It looks really good. It looks like it's its own new look but with an old skew to it. Like terrific, looks awesome. They've got Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. Looks exactly like what I'd envision.
Okay.
Guy Gardner's Lantern to look like. Just cocky, brash. Fillion playing the part well with the mismatched hair.
Agreed, right.
Because his hair is never matched. It's Guy Gardner, everybody. Superman, the the part in the trailer where he's calling Crypto over to him, and Superman's
And
beat
Crypto's
up,
jumping all over him,
and you can hear like stuff breaking.
he's
and
all
stuff. That is amazing.
And Crypto, by the way, 100% CGI, but it looks amazing.
The flopping ears is still looking cute, and realizing that this cute animal could kill everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
That's Crypto.
Okay, so for me, I guess.
See, real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Keep
on
going.
that Crypto, that is like actually for me, that is equivalent of seeing Batman with Robin, but Robin actually done right. We've never seen that in like live action.
Well, we've never seen Crypto in a Superman movie before.
No, but Crypto's been in the comic books,
Right.
and done right.
Right.
We've never seen.
So you think it's going to be done right, or it looks like at least.
Yes.
So my thing though is, you were a big fan of the Man of Steel,
Batman
versus Superman version of Superman.
Right.
Yet this, to me at least, it looks like is more Christopher Reeve Superman, comic book Superman. Not again. I haven't seen we haven't seen the movie, so I don't know where all of this is leading. But what I hated about Man of Steel and all that crap. I hated the over the top, the unnecessary freaking violence, all the just let's go destroy 18 buildings, and here we are. Batman now hates Superman, and they're going to fight each other. To me, that never made sense. But what we have in the new Superman now, because he's got undies on, seems to me more like an actual comic book character, more like the Christopher Reeve Superman than any of that other stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know the books like you do. And clearly though, this, because it's James Gunn, this follows books at some point.
It does.
But it seems to me like it's I don't want to say less violent, because I don't want that to come across that way, because I don't think that's the case. To me, it seems more like a funny comic book version of Superman.
It keeps more of the Blue Boy Scout with this one,
Okay,
than Man of Steel did. Look, this is where it differs for me. Man of Steel, what you couldn't wrap your head around. By the way, Batman's and played really well at that point by Ben Affleck. He's not always hinged.
right.
The fact that he has to fight a murderous clown,
Right.
and all of that.
Right.
It's not always hinged. And so watching two Kryptonians decimate his city that he's vowing to protect and whatnot, it's not going to set well with Batman, right?
Sure, and it shouldn't. But to me, Superman, like, again, my version of Superman, like he did in the Christopher Reeve Superman,
which was nowhere near comic book accurate, by the way,
would take whoever he's fighting, if it's at that level, out to space to fight, so he's not destroying human lives at the same time. Like, and that's, again, I never read the books. All right. I grew up, my foray into Superman was the 50s TV show that I watched reruns of in the 70s, George Reeve, and then George Reeves, and the Christopher Reeve in 79 and all. So that was my Superman.
Right.
So that's all I know. And I just thought, to me, that was what Superman was. Whether that was by the books or not, that's just what I grew up with.
Zod and Kal-El fought. Zod and Kal-El fought in the city, by the way.
Okay.
In
the books.
In the Christopher Reeve.
Well, no, they did. They didn't destroy everything.
No, because they couldn't, because the budget wouldn't allow it.
And then the budget ruled. But then they went to space. What, in 2?
I mean,
to fight.
Well, they went into space for a little bit. They also went back to the Fortress of Solitude to do their fight there.
Right.
You want to know why? Budget.
Okay, well, that's all I know. That's all I'm saying is that's Superman, and I remember.
And the idea behind we're doing this to save the people. Look, if in the world of the Man of Steel, the fact that Zod is the more powerful character than Superman at that point Superman has no control over where that fight happens.
Sure.
And Zod gives an F about humans.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
So the destruction of all that, I don't see how you can point that in that direction. Cavill's Superman was great.
Oh, he's my favorite Superman. I just didn't like
great.
the movies he was in.
Um,
I love Justice League. The director's Justice League.
Snyder
Justice
Cut.
League. Yeah.
You should take a gander, by the way, at the Snyder Cut of Batman v Superman.
Is it different?
It's got about 30 or 40 minutes extra, but that 30 or 40 minutes extra is explaining why Bruce, he does more detective work into what.
But they didn't
Superman
release
is?
that like they
No.
did the Snyder Justice League.
Yeah, it's on Max right now. You can watch.
But I can go watch. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No,
and,
then I'm
and
in,
also
yeah.
and also Clark looking into what Batman is.
Right.
Like there's more
Of the
crisscross.
crossover.
It's
Okay.
not destroyed my city. Well, my mom's name Martha too. It's not that cut and
I
dry
hated that.
with
Yeah.
the Batman v Superman.
All right.
So-
No, I'm in. I didn't know that existed, dude. I'll watch it.
That's there. It
Is Denzel Washington in it?
would have made it better if they'd have made him the Martian. Would have made it better. If they'd made him the Martian. But the new Star Wars, the new Superman that's coming out, I will tell you that Lex Luger,
Colby's drunk, y'all.
the narcissist with the bionic elbow.
Colby's so drunk.
Lex
Wish.
Luthor. They got Lex correct.
It's
So correct.
but it's not John Cryer.
no
Okay, what world was he Lex Luthor in? Like what show was that?
Smallville. No, not Smallville.
I mean, it might have been Smallville. I never watched it.
No. It was
Was it Supergirl?
no. It was
Because I only see shorts from that on like social media, and I'm like,
Superman and Lois.
when did he play Lex Luthor?
Yeah, no. It's the show's actually really good. By the way.
No, and I could tell from the clips that I've seen, like,
Show's
I'm kind of into
The
this.
show's actually really good.
What about Dean Cain?
I'm not able to keep a train of thought here with you.
Do you like Luka?
So Lex is probably your center point of bad guy on this. They're following the comic book All-Star Superman,
Right.
which it's basically just Lex trying to get one over Superman
Okay.
any way he can and using everything he can. So there's going to be a lot of things thrown at Superman. I don't particularly think there's going to be like a center plot with this. It's basically just Lex versus Superman and the effects it has on the world.
Okay.
And I actually like this because that's kind of how that All-Star Superman went.
Right.
You're going to end up with a lot of things that are in the world of Superman that hasn't been explored. One of the spots on the trailer that I thought was epic that hasn't really been done in really a whole lot of anything. So Superman's hurt. He's jacked up.
Yeah. So that's part of the intrigue is like in the opening of the trailer
Yeah.
when he falls down into the snow before he calls the dog. Like we don't know how that happened because he's Superman. He's not supposed to be bleeding.
So the robots come pick him up and they explain to Superman, by the way, love this part, that, we're just robots. We don't
Right.
have feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
And he still takes the time with all his busted up and to thank them.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
But I love the part to where they.
But he already knows the robots, right? Like they're his robots. Oh, I'm being dumb. Sorry.
I love the part where they put him up and then the whole Fortress of Solitude shifts to where the sun's at and explains why it's using the reason why it's shaped like that.
Right.
It's focusing the beam
So
of
he can
sun.
heal.
That no one's ever really shown anything like that before. Why the Fortress of Solitude is like that.
But we all knew that the yellow sun is what gave him his powers.
But why it's like what? Because if you looked at any, if you
Like
looked
the
at
Christopher Reeve Fortress of Solitude, right?
what, if you looked, it's supposed to be Kryptonian, correct?
Right.
But every view we've ever had of Krypton is all this futuristic city that looks kind of like it's in the Jetsons era. There's not the buildings aren't made of crisscrossing crystals.
Right.
Yet the Fortress of Solitude, we've always seen it as these crisscrossing crystals. The fact that the reason why it's like that is to magnify the sun is epically awesome.
Right.
And it kind of explains it. So stuff like that's in the movie.
And in the trailer, it obviously when he's trying to be healed and the robots are on him,
And it
the whole thing
shifts.
Yeah.
And it hurts him.
Yeah.
Because it's still a mutation. It's still not what the Kryptonian body, it's just what happens to the body when it's hit by the yellow sun. He's used to the red sun of Krypton.
Right.
That's what he would be like, oh, look, I'm sunbathing. This causes a mutation in him. And that's also cool that it hurts. Yeah. So stuff like that James Gunn.
And that's in the trailer. So that should tell you a little bit about they wanted you to know that.
Right.
So think about there's going to be so much more in the movie.
So if you're delving that far and you're moving that far into the character, then these other characters, if they start to get some of that treatment, maybe somebody will actually like Mr. Terrific or Guy Gardner's Green Lantern or Hawk Girl and all these. There's so many characters that are snuck in here. Some of them that are from your Wildcats era. That are coming over into this and being interwoven. There's going to be a kaiju fight versus Superman.
Right.
I'm going to already tell you that's in there.
Right.
So stuff like that's happening. If that's the wildness that somehow James Gunn's going to control, then this Superman movie is going to be amazing.
Is there going to be more crypto?
You
think, that's not the only scene we're going to see him in.
No, but I think it's not going to be like Superman flying with Crypto at his side,
like in the cartoon.
I think Crypto's the guard dog for the Fortress of Solitude. I think that's what we get because
See, this is the Superman I've been waiting for.
It's going to be epic. I don't know if I want to see the Batman from this version because if you're getting a little bit, because I still like my Batman super dark. I don't want to see
but
the lights on the sides and showing some of the outside stuff for Batman.
So, but this isn't the same universe as Pat Bat.
No. Pat
Bat would not be Batman.
Pat Bat's not going to be the Gun versus Batman. I know James Gunn can do this where you can have a spectrum of people that are doing different things, but looked at a different light for each character.
But if there was a Batman in this world of
there's going to be.
No, we know there is, but we don't know who it is.
Correct.
But if we want to go back to what other Batman there's already been, you would be more of the Michael Keaton Batman, right?
No, that's Burton style. That Burton style isn't going to match up with a Gun style. Because
that's the Batman I would in my brain put with that Superman. Again, not reading the books. I'm just saying the Michael Keaton Batman would fit with that whatever I've seen in the trailer so far more than George Clooney, more than Val. Obviously, Val Kilmer can't be Batman anymore. Or any of the other anybody, or even Christian Bale is right out. That does not fit in this universe.
Christian Bale's style of Batman would fit more than because Ben Affleck's just going to shoot somebody,
right? And to me, the Christian Bale Batman's too dark.
No, that's more. It's the realism of the Bale Batman. That's probably too much for this. As far as how the characters played,
right?
I think Bale's style would match up.
So there's going to be a new Batman.
There's going to be a new Batman
for James Gunn.
Yeah, and they've switched now. They're actually
Tom Cruise.
No, I don't want Bat Midget.
He's not a midget.
He is too.
It's 5'7", sir.
Corn Sweat's almost 7 foot, and then you're gonna have Batman.
Wait, is he? How tall is he?
I don't know, 6'4".
No, he's 6'2", I think. He's like normal people. He's Superman, Corn Sweat. Like, let's throw Sight Fit in that world, Colby. Who haven't been Batman yet?
He's 6'4".
Wow, that's really tall for a human being. Maybe he's not a human being. But let's throw some actors out there that might fit as Batman into that world. And have they already cast him? We just don't know.
No,
or it hasn't been in the story yet, right?
They haven't cast him yet.
All right. And I don't know, like, to me, Timothy Chalamet's kind of the guy that does everything right now, right? Like, why can't he be Batman? I'm not saying I like him.
No.
He's just a name. He's the only young name I know as an actor. I don't know anybody else.
There's been a few people that I'd love to see play Batman, especially in this, because now they're talking about they want somebody more closer to their 40s for this character.
Oh, really?
So late 30s or 40s, something like that. And so there's been a couple of guys that I wouldn't mind seeing. Like, first of all, hold on.
Who do you guys want to see play the new Batman in the James Gunn world? 214-937-0569. Let us know on the FanStream Sports Studio text line live all the time for you.
If he could drop some of his muscle weight that he's put on for certain things, Alan Richardson.
Okay, I have to look that up. How do I know him?
The new Jack Reacher series.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah.
He can't be Batman. He's too badass.
What do you think Batman is?
He's not that badass. Okay, now I get it. How old is he? He's 30s, right? In his 30s?
I think he's 30s.
All right. By the way, got the new Reacher series. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, of course it is.
So I would buy that. But so that would have to be, he would have to play almost a Jack Reacher Batman, right?
He would just
like Bruce Wayne is Jack Reacher.
Well, no, because he could play the cocky rich guy too.
Oh, for sure. No, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he could totally play the cocky rich guy. I wouldn't mind seeing him. I've also said before that even though he couldn't do it because he was already like in a Batman movie, but Tom Hardy wouldn't be a bad choice.
Really?
As Batman.
Wow. So I never would have thought of him as that.
Can you imagine the cowl on him and him just being vicious?
Actually, I can't imagine that.
Because it's just too good. It's just too good.
I think it's too off. I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm just saying in my brain right now, and I love Tom Hardy. What about Andrew Garfield?
No, he's Spider-Man.
I know. That's all I can think of as a Brit guy, though.
So that's what's happening.
Interesting.
I love what's going on with the Superman movie. Also, word is coming down for those because the video game movies have started to kind of take over the world. And
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, your Mario Brothers.
Has there been a
Minecraft?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, I'm getting to something I want to talk about.
You're not a Minecraft guy, though.
No, I'm not.
All right.
So word is that other video games are getting a shot, including one that storyline hooked me so deeply that it was not a multiplayer online game, but I beat the holy crap out of this game because it just got me. Dead Space is getting a movie.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar. You have to educate
me. Dead Space is the premise behind it is that you're a miner. You're like not a young person. You're actually a person that's a space miner that's digging in this for ore and all of that in space.
Okay.
And you wake up and you realize that all your friends are dead.
I've had that dream before.
And now all you've got is like your mining equipment, right? And you're basically going through this thing trying to get off of this planet.
Right.
And you find out that you finally find out that your planet that you're on is actually hell. you've crossed the dimension into hell.
But you didn't know it?
Yeah. I mean, you're finding out real quick with the dead things and the things that happens and all that. The fact that it's not like your soul's in hell. You're still alive.
Physically there.
You're physically there.
Right.
So, and it's the jump scares that were in this game, in the storyline that is one of those that has the twists and turns, and you're finding out more and how you got there and why you got there. It's deep, it's dark, it's gruesome. It have you throwing your controller in a scared fit of Game was
I don't know
amazing.
that I've ever done that.
Oh, I've done that a few times.
I don't play those games.
Actually, the first time I did that was the first Resident Evil game. The second time through the hallway.
You jump scared on a video game?
The second time through the hallway. You ever played a Resident Evil game?
No.
Okay, then you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking.
So, for those that know, the second time through the hallway, it's always the worst, especially when we don't know what's happening. Because A, it's got the music playing. It's the creepy game. It's the creepy music. B, Resident Evil had. I am not the only person that had this happen, sir. Because it did a lot of things to set you up. First of all, your ability to control your character, they made sure and did it enough different that it's not second nature. That's not second nature. So, explain. When you hit the directional pad to you wanted to go this way, so you hit to the right.
Right.
Your person wouldn't automatically run right. They would turn, and then you've got to hit up to go forward to go that way.
Oh, that's the worst engineering ever.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, but it's bad.
No. It was on purpose. Because you're trying to get it right. You're being jump scared. And now you're like, ah! It was genius, is what it was. So your second time through the hallway, because you've already went through there once, and there was nothing there. You're fine. The second time through the hallway is when the zombie Dobermans jump through the glass with no warning. And that's the first time the controller went, whoop. No. Nope. Even though, yes, they gave me that lockpick because obviously I was the master of unlocking things.
You already had the lockpick.
No, it's one of the greatest lines in Resident Evil.
All right.
That the person says, I think, who was it that said it to you? Anyway, walks up to you and goes, here, you might need these since you're the master of unlocking things. And they hand you the lockpick. If I'm the master of unlocking things, don't I already have one of those?
I was going to say, did you know you're the master of unlocking things?
They informed you right there.
They told you that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They informed you right there.
That's why I don't play video games.
Yes, you do. You just don't.
Play GTA. In sports games.
Right.
NHL 25. By the way, you say they make movies now out of video games. Colby, when are we going to have a Madden movie?
Oh, we've already had that.
A movie?
I mean, basically, yes. Any given Sundays.
No.
Madden.
I feel like we have to have a movie that is based on the Madden video game.
It's called the NFL season.
No, just where there's an actual player, okay, who's playing the game or whatever, kind of like Tron, where by the way, there's a new Tron coming out.
Right.
Are you into the Tron thing?
I'm all right with it.
Anyway, but you somehow get sucked. Number one, you get sucked into the Madden video game, Madden 28 at the time or whatever.
Yeah, they've had a couple.
But then
they had one where this girl was controlling her dad, the football player, with a video game controller.
I mean, that's real life, though.
No, it's her.
Wasn't that
she had the ability.
Wasn't that The Rock?
She had the ability to control her dad as a football player and made him made him a Hall of Famer or whatnot.
All right, so they stole my idea.
Yeah, it's already happened.
There's a new Tron coming out. Tron Eros or Ares or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But so my question to you is, so that's sci-fi.
Right.
Were you into the whole Tron thing? Like
Yeah.
but you were too young for the first Tron.
No, I even played the Tron video game stand-up arcade machine.
Yeah. But I mean, when the first Tron Disney movie came out,
yes,
you were like 3 or 2, right? It was 79, 80.
Yeah, but
but the video game came out not long after that, right?
They had this thing when I was growing up called the video store.
Okay, but fine. So you watched it on video.
Yeah.
But were you into it so much? So then we had, what was the last one? Tron Legacy?
I mean, I saw that.
That came out, right? Like not whatever it was, 8-9 years ago, where it revisited the whole storyline, where the son now had to go find his dad or whatever. And they did the de-aging thing, and it was really cool. So now there's this new one that's coming out. And again, I've only seen the title come out. I haven't looked into the storyline. I don't know if anybody was in the last one is in it. I don't know anything about it. But are you enough into the Tron story where this will be something that you care about enough to follow, to report on? Do you care?
I mean, will I eventually see it? Yes. Does it light my fire? No.
Okay. So it probably lights my fire a little bit more than you.
Right.
And actually, I remember when the first one came out, I went to see it just like I did. Like I have the same memory because I was little of that as Star Wars.
Right.
But, and of course I played the video game at all the arcades, right? With the light cycles and all of that. But when Legacy came out, I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of cool. So now we're resurrecting, like, because it was based on the old one. So a lot of the features and the scenes and not creatures, but the characters, obviously the characters were the same, but everything was kind of the same because you were going back into that. But now I feel like, are we just trying to, I feel like it's long enough since that happened. Like they're not just trying to cash in on the success of Legacy. No, because it's been long enough that you can't do that anymore.
No, it's the revamping. It's it's, hey, let's try this again. It's the jumping on what was, and also trying to get folks like you back to the theater.
Yeah. And I'll watch it. Yeah. I mean, I won't go to the theater, but I'll watch it.
So that's that. So anyway, Dead Space. It's either or right now. It's such in a beginning phases. It could be an animated movie by James Wan, or they could let him actually do a live action version of Dead Space. I would love to see a live action. I kind of feel like I've already seen the animated version, as far as the game is concerned. But if they did it right, this could be something that could. Well, this could be farther than like even your Alien movies as far as like really gripping that sci-fi horror.
Did you ever see the latest Alien movie?
Yes.
We never talked about it.
We didn't. So, but if I'm hoping that this continues and we get some of the other video game stories that I really liked and maybe have a shot at making it to the big screen.
That'd be awesome. I
think this is probably the next potential frontier. They've had hits and misses. They've had good, like Borderlands. Missed it.
Yeah.
It didn't hit it all.
Was The Last of Us a hit?
Yes.
Movie wise for video games?
I mean, as far as the series Last of Us?
Pedro Pascal, right?
Yeah, the series Last of Us? Yes, that was a major hit.
I mean, but the movie.
They had a Last of Us movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the HBO series.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that's what it was. With Pedro Pascal. What was that?
That was
a series?
That was a series.
Oh, sorry. I just thought it was a movie. I don't know things.
So when did they do what?
No, sorry. I mean, I didn't know. Because I didn't know. I never heard of the video game until that came out.
Because it has a really big following. Last of Us is a video game, but it's not like it wouldn't be considered. People aren't going to water cooler talk their Last of Us play as far as other gamers. Like
Halo or
Call of Duty,
COD.
Some of your GTA players will still water cooler talk.
Right.
Marvel Rivals right now is a big water cooler talk.
As far
is that
a big game?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it good? Because my
I'm-
kids have been trying to get me to get it on PlayStation, and I'm like, I ain't spending money on a Marvel game.
Well, it's free.
Oh, okay.
It's free to play.
By the way, Mavs lose to the Lakers.
Of course they did.
And for some reason, look, I get Luka making the rounds, hugging everybody, and he did. He just hugged Mark Cuban.
Right.
He hugged Jason Kidd because, of course, Jason Kidd says he was not involved in the trade. Don't believe that for 1 second. But he also hugged, for some reason, who was in attendance, Colby, courtside, Patrick and Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah, because Pat Mahomes was really upset when the Luka trade went down.
Pat Mahomes doesn't give two craps about basketball or the Luka trade. I thought it was funny that he was there. I get it. Whatever. You and Brittany are there. Look, I love Patrick Mahomes. I get it. And by the way, did you see that right there? Did you see the Luka vid? Look, you just missed it. Look right there. Hurry up. It's replayed.
Dummy.
He cried like when the Mavs did their little thing.
I know. I saw it.
You don't know anything.
No, I saw it.
You're not a Mavs fan.
Dummy.
Luka fan.
Idiot.
What?
Patrick Mahomes is a Mavericks fan. Has and
Why?
always. Because he was here.
He's never been here, ever. Grew up in Lubbock.
Dipshit.
He wasn't here when Luka was here.
He's been a Mavericks fan this whole time.
Whatever. I love you, Patrick. But stop pretending. All right. Go back to freaking football or whatever it is you think you do well. I'll see you in the Super Bowl.
You know what? Just end the show.
We are the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show on here on a Wednesday. Thank you guys for everybody tuning in. It has been it's been a very contentious Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show. I'm even going full screen, Colby. I'm doing me because it's about the me. Because Colby left. We will do it all again on Wednesday next week with another Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show. We'll probably talk some Cowboys. We got Stars heading into the Stanley Cup playoffs. We have the Dallas Mavericks who are approaching the NBA playoffs.
No, they're not.
Regardless of what Colby and all the Mavericks haters think, we continue to support our team regardless of who wears the name and who wears the numbers. I am IndyCarTim. We will be back Wednesday on FanStream Sports, fanstreamsports.com. Look for us 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And don't make me say it again. We love you. Until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight. Wait, we only did one break? Yes. In 2 hours? Correct. Are you serious?
Yes, Tim.